Hello people, good mornings. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Hope your health and strength is good. What? Be glad you wake up this morning. And what's up, Ubuntu fans? Got another Ubuntu here for you. 23.4. Now me, I'm still using 18.4 right now. But I got some things I'm trying to get done here, so I will catch up. Anyway, listen to this. It says here, Ubuntu 23.4 code name revealed, and it's lucently likable label. Says the code name for next year's Ubuntu 23.4 release has been revealed, according to Launchpad, home of Ubuntu development, and a cryptic tweet from the official Ubuntu Twitter account. Ubuntu 23.4 is labeled Lunar, Lobster. Anyway, rather a lively combination with which to liken the next interim release of the much-loved desktop Linux distribution, isn't it? But what does it mean? Well, lunar is an adjective meaning to be, of, resemble, or otherwise determined by the moon. And then it says in parentheses, it says, and I shouldn't have to explain what the moon is. The word lunatic is derived from lunar, for your information, FYI. says here, a lobster is a large, predominantly red-colored marine crustacean with eyes on stalks and 5 pairs of pincers and a generally puzzled expression. Anyway, says together they mean, well, who knows? We're long past the point of Ubuntu code names conveying some contextual meaning. Code names these days chosen because they're funny, dingo, or cute, kinetic, kudu, or improbable, hair-stewed hippo. Anyway, it says, for some extra curricular trivia points, Tarot fans tell me what a lobster underneath a moon is a prominent motif in traditional rendition of the 18th card in the major arcana, the moon. Common meaning of this card. Bear in mind, I am not a divination guru. Are said to relate to illusion, emotion, and intuition, and there be more to Ubuntu 23.4 than first meet the eyes. It says Ubuntu 23.4 is due to release on April 27, 2023. Well, it says we'll begin to learn more about what's in store for the release once development opens up and package to start tinker in. We can make a few guesses about what to expect, though. A new Linux kernel, new graphics drivers, and a load of updates software are given. Genome 44 is likely to feature too, and maybe, just maybe, Ubuntu new Flutter-based installer will, after years of development, make its long-awaited appearance. And it says, be sure you share your thoughts on the code name, and then it says in parentheses, or what name you have picked if you were in charge. The question is, like Bane will say on Batman, do you feel in charge? Anyway, it says, as well as any general hopes, wishes, and wants for release down in comment section. Linux and their crazy names of distros, man. Oh my God, Lunar, Lobster, really? All right, you Ubuntu nerds. I'm one of them, and the rest of you. There's a new Ubuntu coming, 23.4. That means 24.4 is probably like another year away before it comes out. Linux is just keeping the ball moving. I started off with Ubuntu 12. I started off with Ubuntu 12.4, and I've always liked the operating system. I'm always in the terminal trying to get my pseudo game down, and try to have fun with it and just enjoy it. But I've always liked Ubuntu, and actually, my first experience with Linux is Slackware 3.2. 3.2, and I enjoyed using Slackware because of the ease of use and how the user interface was. So they're fun to use. But Ubuntu now, is just another operating system update to the long line of Ubuntu operating system, because Ubuntu is just like Windows. Every time they come out with a new one, it's an improvement over the last. Because the Ubuntu community, they talk to the developers, and developers are listening, and they take the feedback and then apply it to the latest distro. So I'm hoping that they fix the game section in Ubuntu too, because I think they had Quake 3. They had Quake 3 up in here, and I want to try it out. And for some reason I couldn't get it to work. But I hope that they did fix it, say in like 20.4, 22.4, 23.4. But other than that, Ubuntu is good. Or I could go get the Linux version of Quake, and a copy of that on Amazon cost some money, it's up there in price. But anyway, because they're so hard to find. But anyway, Ubuntu is very easy to use, very fun to use. Comes with its own spreadsheets, and there's a lot of apps and files and stuff like that, so to use, and very, 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 very fun to use. The thing about me is this: when it comes to this tech stuff, I never limit myself. Of course I use Windows, of course I use Apple, and I use Ubuntu, so I never limit myself. I like using all three platforms, because they're that fun to use. So Linux, they're very fun. Actually, they're very fun to use, and there's a lot to learn, and there's only so much you can absorb, But I always try to use all three platforms. I never leave myself out of it, out of the whole. I never stay one-sided, so to speak, when it comes to this tech stuff. I use Apple, I use Linux, and I use Windows, and I just have fun with it, and go on from there. And whenever a new operating system comes out for any one of these platforms, whether it's Linux, Mac, or Windows, it keeps the industry moving. The industry keeps the industry moving. Industry keeps expanding. Industry keeps growing, and of course, new jobs open up. So, learning this tech stuff for me is it's fun. It's fun. So, very keeps you out of harm's way, so to speak. And lots to learn, man. Lots to learn. But for me with Ubuntu, man, for me it's fun, I remember when I went to that seminar. I remember when I went to the seminar, and I was in the back of the room, and like I was the only, I was like the only black person in the seminar, and I'm in the back, and I was just sitting there watching all these people learning Ubuntu, and some people, learning Ubuntu operating system, and some people were wearing shorts and t-shirts and sandals, had their glasses on. Some people were dressed in just regular. I was laughing at some of the folks because of the way they were dressed. But that seminar was pretty good because they were on stage and they had a projector and they were showing how to use Ubuntu, and I'm like this. I was so focused because when it comes to this tech stuff, I'm like locked in, and I was learning, just trying to figure out how this thing really works. And then like right after the seminar, they were giving out the server operating system for Ubuntu, and they were giving out the actual operating system. I think I got it around here somewhere. I think I got it. They were giving out the let's see here. They were giving out. See, I think I got it here. See here. Oops. Here we go. Oh no, you don't. Come here. They were giving out these two. This is 12.4, right? And this is the server operating system. You only could get one per person. They were giving them out for free, and from that, you know, I have to I've been keeping up with Ubuntu, and the good thing about this, once you got this, let's say you're using 12.4, and then when the latest operating system come out for Ubuntu, let's say 22.4, your computer will tell you like, okay, do you want to update to 22.4? And then it just keeps, right? It keeps the ball moving. And one thing I learned too when I got up to 18, that the architecture changed. They moved away from i386, so I got to go up to i486 and try to use 24.4 and 22. But now they're about to cancel architecture i486 and then move on to Pentium. So I got a little catching up to do. But even though I'm using 18.4, I might be behind operating system wise in the new features that they have. But I can still get on the internet. So but in due time I'll make the changes. But when they were giving this out, man, it was fun to use. It was I got used to it, you know. It was like a calm and a peace and a use of ease that I enjoy about using Ubuntu. And I was always in the terminal trying to learn how to do stuff, you know, so just messing around, improvising. And I've been using Ubuntu ever since. So you know, Linux is a good operating system, just like Windows, just like Mac OS. But when it comes to this tech stuff, man, you don't limit yourself. You know, you use all three platforms, you know, and just learn as you go, you know. And you'd be surprised what you learn. But anyway, another Ubuntu is on its way, man. So yeah, for all you Ubuntu lovers, keep moving. 23.4, and then a year after that, 24.4 will come out, you know. So the Ubuntu community is moving, man. And all those Linux distros, they're coming out with new operating system, a newer version of the previous operating system. So life goes on, man. But other than that, man, Ubuntu is a good operating system to use. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Bored, dark side. Peace.